Salutations and good morrow everyone, welcome back to another Grounded update video, and yes, the first gaming video of the year is a Grounded video, and I thought what better to do in that Grounded video is to fix one of my mistakes from last year on calling something the best ant egg farm out there. And what I will say is that I have had hundreds of you guys reaching out to me saying, Sim, what is all that extra crap? That's not needed. That is a dumb build. That's not needed. No, 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 no. So before I go any further, I'm going to say this is not an original idea of mine. This is a build off of an idea that I had that a lot of people throughout Discord, throughout YouTube, throughout Instagram, and throughout Twitter have either messaged me and or commented and or done many other ways to get a hold of me to say, Sim, that was a really dumb build. Please don't do that again. Build one better and let's get a better version of an ant trap up on the channel. So I'm going to do that today. Now, before I hop any further as well, I'd like to show you guys that that ant is currently attacking Pete, and I'm currently in God mode using console commands to make this go a little bit quicker. But the items that we're going to be using today are not that hard to get up all of them together. It is an easy build. You should be able to do this in about a half an hour unless you already have some of these items gathered up. Nothing is that hard to get. So we're going to start off by going into utilities and we're going to build a lure trap. Now, you can build one, you can build two, you can build three, you can build five, you can build as many of these lure traps as you want, but one will do the trick. The next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go into here, you're going to want to grab spike traps, okay? And you're going to want to aim each spike trap away from the lure trap. Yes, they can overlap, just like that, okay? You want to make sure that they're really close to the actual lure trap because they will get stuck behind in between them and they won't move. So you want to make sure that they're nice and close. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to build a second row. Now, the second row is not needed, but I like to have it just because it makes it a little bit more efficient, right? Things come up, they get attacked, they die, and all is good. So I'm going to build up the second one here. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a console command called build all buildings, and what that does is boom, it built the entire trap for me. So this is the trap. Okay, the way that this trap works is it attracts the ants out of the ant hill to this lure trap and they end up getting killed on these spike traps. Okay, I'm going to equip up my weapon that I want to use here to take these guys out. A little bit easier to use this. All right, here we go. Now, you guys, will you please prove to my audience that the ant trap works? That would be great. All right, but you guys may hear that I keep calling this an ant trap. I'm not calling this the farm, like the way to farm ant eggs. Okay, the way you actually farm ant eggs in the game is by killing ants. Killing ants is super important to the actual farming of ant eggs. You need to kill both the workers and the soldiers in order for the ant eggs to spawn. If you kill just a couple soldiers, you kill a couple workers, they will spawn ant eggs, but not in a large number. Now, you may be asking, Sim, why do I need so many ant eggs? That doesn't make any sense. I don't think that I need that many of them. Well, that's where you're wrong, because that is how you make bombs, okay? And you may be saying, well, I don't need that many bombs. Well, they just added sticky bombs to the game, and what I'm going to say is if the developers purposely add another item like sticky bombs into the game, there has to be a reason for them adding it to the game. So I would suggest all you guys go out and make up one of these. It's super easy to make them, and they're super efficient. I'm going to run away from over here to let the ants actually go at it, and while we're doing that, I'm going to run down into the actual ant hill here and show you guys all the different places for ant eggs to spawn. Now, the first place they will spawn is right here in this main room I'm about to run into. They will spawn right on the floor in here. There's one right there. There's another one over here-ish. They'll start spawning them back over here, and they'll just carry them around inside of the actual ant hill. You can see them holding one there. If they're holding them, all you have to do is walk into the ant, and it will actually drop the ant egg. There's also lower chambers down here where you can go and get ant eggs as well. But I'm not going to run all the way through the ant hill. You guys have been through the ant hill so many times that there's not really a reason to do that. But you guys can, all you have to do, just bump the ants, grab the ant eggs, and you're going to have lots and lots of them. What you'll start to notice is that there will be a large stream of ants that will start walking out of the ant hill, and when they start walking out, as long as you're not nearby or you're wearing ant armor, they'll make their way over. You can already starting to see all of the ant bodies piling up over here. That is a good thing. You want all these ant bodies piling up over here because this is a win-win situation. Not only are you going to be getting a whole bunch of ant eggs, but you're also going to be getting a whole bunch of ant parts, which go into more things than you can even imagine in this game. There is all sorts to different furnitures that it goes into, different traps that are going to be coming in the game, different other things like utility items that you need for spindles and everything like that. So ant parts are also super important. And also, hey, you get an ant club out of it. That's pretty cool. You're going to be getting a new ant weapon called the ant boxing glove coming up soon. So ant parts are always going to play a big part in Grounded. So I suggest you guys go out there and build up one of these traps for yourself, because not only do you get a whole bunch of ant eggs, you will also get a whole bunch of ant parts. And as you guys can see already over here, they really are starting to pile up. They will literally flow out of the ant hill as long as this is close, and they will come directly for this trap. This is why it's called an ant egg farm, because you are literally going to be farming ant eggs now, because so many ants are going to come at this lure trap and die right outside of their house, and then just keep spawning over and over and over and over and over again. What I would suggest that you would do is let this run for a day or two in-game, not actual days. Let this run for an in-game day or two and then come back. Be careful when you come back, because this might lag your game a little bit. There's going to be a lot of dead bodies over here. As you can see from me running through here already, I have already many ants that are already dead over here, to the point where I can barely grab them all. My inventory is already full, and they're just going to keep spawning more and more and more. So the last tip that I have for you with this is run over here with ant armor on, because then the soldiers will not want to aggro you, they'll want to aggro the trap. This is not an infinite trap, and it will not work forever. The trap parts do take damage, and sooner than later it will become null, and they will break it all apart, and then you will no longer be farming. But in that time, you can come and get a massive amount of eggs. But be careful. If you're going to make all of the eggs, turn them right into bombs, because if you store them inside of your house, the eggs will hatch, and then the eggs will turn into ants and destroy your house from the inside out. So if you're going to come over here and make one of these, make sure you have plenty of the goo that comes from the infected weevils or the infected aphids, and plenty of dry grass. That way you guys can make your bombs. Once they're bombs, well, they don't just hatch into eggs anymore and hatch out into ants. So it's super helpful. Go ahead and make one of these. What I will also say is that no, these parts do not just work for ants. If you want to get gnats, you can use this over in the garden area that is right over here. This is a great area for that. If you take one, you put it down over here, you can harvest up larvae. This is another good spot for larvae. Bombardier beetles are also attracted to these, but be careful, because bombardier beetles will destroy it a lot quicker, but they are attracted to it. I believe the only things that are not are stink bugs and spiders. So use this to your absolute extent that you would like to use it for, including getting aphids and stuff like that. This is a really good farming piece. This is a really good trap to use for many things in the game. But like I said earlier, this is not my design. This is off of hundreds of people who have told me to rebuild this trap over the last year. So I finally came through. I figured first video of 2021, let's fix a previous mistake and let's get this updated. Now, as a bonus for all you guys who stayed all the way to the end, a lot of you guys are probably going to be asking, Sim, what the heck is Pete currently wearing? Why is he running around what looks like a construction cap on? Let's talk about that. So this is the Firefly headlamp. This is going to be the armor piece that comes into the game once the Firefly is added to the game. It literally adds a light on the top of your head, so you no longer have to carry a torch. The second thing that you see is a wonderful weevil shield that's right here. This weevil shield is just a piece of a weevil. It allows you to block with weapons that or block when you have a weapon that you cannot block with. And also lastly is the mosquito rapier right here. This is literally called the mosquito needle. It has a little bit of damage, no stun, but it is really fast in speed, so you can swing this thing a buttload. And then on top of that, it also has life steal. So my advice to you guys would be, once the mosquito gets added in the game and you can build yourself a mosquito needle, all you have to do is build yourself a weevil shield as well, and the ladybug armor, and the full set of ladybug armor plus the blocking strength that each one of those pieces gives you, plus the blocking strength from the weevil shield, the mosquito needle's life steal ability and its ability to swing a lot, and Scarlet Embrace from the full set of ladybug gear will make it so you are a very tanky and very health regenerating person or character in the game, making it almost easy mode going forward until they add some things that are a little bit harder to kill in the game. But thank you guys all so much for watching this video. If you guys were one of the people who let me know about this trap design that I have going over here, please make sure you guys leave me a comment down below, and I'll make sure that I heart that comment for you guys. Like I said, I do not want to be the one to take the ownership for this. This was not my original idea, but I still wanted to share it with the entire community. Make sure you guys like the video for me if you guys liked it, and that lets me know you guys want to see more grounded videos, and as long as you guys want to keep seeing them, I'll keep on making them. Subscribe today, and as always, I'll see all of you guys in the next one.